Let's make this classic British seaside treat some coconut ice. Hey bakers, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela from Bake Angel, and today I'm going to show you how to make something that is typically found in British seaside towns and bakeries. Now, when I was growing up there, you would see this in stores all the time at seaside places, and with my husband having his birthday recently, I wanted to recreate this favorite for him. So we are starting off with 125 grams of icing sugar, and I'm adding half a can of condensed coconut milk to it, which is 125 ml. Then you're just going to stir it together until you get a slightly runny consistency, as you can see here. Now, coconut ice is so simple to make. You're essentially going to do the same thing twice, but add a little bit of food coloring to the second layer to give it that pink color that we all know and love with coconut ice. So our third ingredient is 100 grams of shredded coconut, and again I'm just using my wooden spoon to stir it together to this consistency. This is perfect. Now, if you've never heard of coconut ice before, it is a gorgeous little treat that you can cut up into bite-sized shapes, and it is no bake as well. This will just need to set at room temperature for a couple of hours to firm up before you can eat it. And I think that's actually the hardest part of this recipe. So to start making the layers for it, I've just greased an 8x8 cake pan. I've lined it with some parchment paper. You can see I've got a bit of an overhang, and that's actually going to help us remove the coconut ice from the pan once it's ready for us to cut up. So now I'm just going to go ahead and spread that first layer onto the pan. You want to make sure that you spread it really evenly so that we get a really nice distribution of the two layers once everything is put together. So I'm just going to switch over from my wooden spoon to a tapered spatula. That just makes it a little bit easier to get all the way into the corners, and also just check that it is evenly spread, because obviously you can't see the sides of it at this point. So you just want to kind of gauge that from the pressure that you feel when you push the spatula into the first layer. Okay, so that's step one done. Really easy, wasn't it? And I've hardly sped this up either. This takes less than 10 minutes to make. So now we're going to go ahead, do everything again. So that's another 125 grams of our icing sugar, the rest of the can of condensed coconut milk, which is 125 ml, and then just a little squeeze of pink food coloring. If you have red, you could use that as well. Just use slightly less and stir it all in, and there you go. See again how quickly that came together. So you've got that really nice pink color. And then we're going to go ahead and add our shredded coconut to it. I told you this was easy, didn't I? Just 3 ingredients for the main part of it. Stir all of that shredded coconut in again, and then we can go ahead and add it to our baking pan. So the same process as before, I'm just going to start spreading it on with my wooden spoon. Then I'm going to swap it over to my spatula just to make sure that it is evenly spread like it was with the first layer. And like I said, this is the perfect treat if you're making up a dessert table for someone, or maybe a sweet platter for the holidays or a birthday or something. This goes really well with my bite-sized fudge that you can make in the microwave, and also with my millionaire shortbread as well. I am a huge fan of using condensed milk in my desserts, and this one is no exception. It is such a great treat to have. My kids love it as well, and if you love coconut, you will absolutely love this. Now, something I'll quickly mention, if you can't find coconut condensed milk, you can use regular condensed milk if you're not vegan or dairy free. This recipe though, with the ingredients that I've used, is naturally vegan, it is gluten free, and of course dairy free as well. But make sure you check out the recipe that's in the link below, where I do talk about different things that you can do to this as well to suit your own special dietary requirements. Okay, so that's done. We've impatiently let it firm up for about 2 hours. It might take a little bit longer if it's warmer in your kitchen. And what we're going to do then is actually start to cut it up. Now you could go ahead and cut all of this up in one go, or what I actually prefer to do is just cut whatever pieces we're going to need at the time. This will continue to firm up as it sits at room temperature, and it's really nice. I think you get that sort of crunchy top into it, but it stays slightly gooey and fudgy inside as well, as you can see here. Doesn't that look pretty? So I'm just going to go ahead and remove the rest of these pieces. Then I'm going to give it to my husband for the taste test to see what he thinks, and I'll make sure to let you know in the comments what he thought of this. I hope you've really enjoyed watching this throwback to a nostalgic British treat. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I always appreciate your support. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever tried coconut ice as well. And of course, check out the rest of the bacon videos on my channel. Thanks for watching.